Hello, Dineta. It's good to have you back. Welcome back.
And to see you and to see all the wonderful filmmakers.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So artistically, you call yourself a creator.
Yes.
You like to create and you have an eye for almost everything. And you love to tell stories. So bottom line, you're a storyteller.
Absolutely.
Your humor is dark, however.
I love it.
And you try to meet everyone with love and kindness. That's your go-to, but you are never afraid to stand up for yourself.
Absolutely.
Did I get you right?
Because who else is going to stand up for me if I don't stand up for myself?
That's
and
right.
That applies to everyone. Who else is going to stand up for you if you don't stand up for yourself?
That's right. So, Dineta, you're an actress and a director as well. When did you realize that you were into this field?
Well, I've been acting because I'm a lot older than I look. I have been acting in front of the camera for probably 25 years.
Wow.
And what I didn't like at a certain point in time in my acting career is that I was being typecast. So I was being typecast as the fat comedic, best friend, or the hooker with the heart of gold. And so I said to myself one day, I'm someone's wife, I'm someone's sister, I'm someone's neighbor. I'm more than just the hooker. So I decided that I was going to create my own content and to have more control over what happened in front of the camera. So if I write a piece I can write a piece for myself because I have my own equipment. I have my own production company.
That's right.
And if I want to film it, I will film it.
And what do you like better, being behind the camera or in front of it?
I like being behind the camera because I have more power and I have more control. And I really appreciate the narrative.
So you say during one of your interviews that I have found over YouTube, and I quote you, I have a very twisted mind and I like to walk on the dark side. How does this part or this aspect of your character influences your work?
You know what? Villains don't know they're villains. They're just moving forward through their day and they're basically taking what they want, right? They don't call themselves villains. We do need a balance. We need light and we need dark. I need light bringers because I live in the dark. I like to live in the shadows. For me personally, it's cooler there, temperature-wise. It's cooler in the shadow. It's hot in the sun. Of course, I have such a dark sense of humor that I can almost laugh at everything, even though to other people it may not be humorous. So absolutely it shows up in my work. It shows up in the way that I speak to people sometimes. I literally have to be really careful sometimes because I don't want to scare people.
So you own your own film festival in the United States, a Night of Misfit Films. Would you tell me more about your festival? When was it created and why?
A Night of Misfit Films started in 2016, so we are 7 years old in 2022. I got tired of submitting my film, Aunties, my very first film, to film festivals because it was not getting accepted. And so I was sitting at home crying on the sofa next to John, my husband, and about my film not being accepted. I began to question my choices and I was having imposter syndrome. We all creatives all suffer from imposter syndrome. And he says, Dineta, what are you going to do about it? And I thought for a moment, I'm going to have my own film festival. That's how A Night of Misfit Films was created because I'm not the only one that feels that way. And my job is to give other independent filmmakers the opportunity to screen their films. That's what A Night of Misfit Films is all about.
You also founded your own production house called Full Figured Production. I mean, you have a story with names, don't you?
I'm a big girl. I'm a big girl, G, and you're going to notice my size the very first thing. I am not going to hide behind that. There's no way I can hide. I'm a big girl. I need lots of space to move around in. So I'm going to embrace who I am.
So you told me before that you were sick of people picking you for the certain kind of roles.
Yes.
So did you create this production house in order to be able to give people who have similar characteristics as you other chances, or for them to play different kind of roles?
Absolutely. Marginalized people. Listen, I'm a woman. I'm a big, sexy woman. And I like the things that little skinny girls like, right? There just may be more of me to love. So why not, again, embrace who I am and have that work for me? And believe me, you're going to remember Full Figure Productions. right?
Yeah.
You're going to remember Full
No
Figure
doubt.
Productions.
Working with you and being around you for almost 5 years now, every year for a month with LIFF, I can definitely say that you're an alpha female and you like
Absolutely.
being in control.
Absolutely.
Is this challenging for you within the film industry? Because in this field, a lot of times we are required to work within a team. How does that make you feel?
I love working with a team, but the final say, the final decision is mine. I like to create democracy on my sets. Sure, you have an idea? I'll listen to it. We'll even try it out if we have the time. If it works, we'll keep it. If it doesn't work, the decision is mine because it has Full Figure Productions on it. It's my decision. So I have no problem
Working
telling
with them.
you what to do.
So LIFF, the Lebanese Independent Film Festival, you
Yes.
co-direct the festival with
Yes.
Gautier Raed, who's art
Yes.
director. Can you tell me more about your professional relationship with Gautier?
Gautier and I met in 2016 at a film festival, and I was his filmmaker liaison, and that's how we started. I started a Night of Misfit Films, then he's like, I'm going to start a film festival as well, so he started the Lebanese Independent Film Festival. Gautier is my friend. He's my very, very dear friend.
And did you expect that LIFF would go on for 6 years?
I never expect anything. When you try something and you take a risk, you don't know if it's going to fail or be successful. You want it to be successful, but we never know when it's going to fail. Fortunately, LIFF has been very, very successful.
So this is your 5th visit to Lebanon.
No, my 6th visit.
Sixth
visit, 6 or 7.
Okay, can you take me back to the first time you came here? Did you know anything about Lebanon before you first came here?
No, what I did not know anything about Lebanon, but what I did is I went out and I bought travel guide books to learn, and I read about Lebanon and started learning the history of Lebanon and everything that's happened here. So that's what helped me learn about Lebanon. I always tell people from the United States, they ask me, what is Beirut like? And I say, Beirut's like New York, Beirut's like Los Angeles, Beirut's like Chicago, lots of people, big city, dirty, because people come in and out all the time. You can't help it, right? When you have lots of visitors in and out, and they get it, they understand, because they understand New York, they understand Chicago, they understand LA.
And let me know, what do your fellow Americans tell you when you speak about the Middle East, and especially about Lebanon and Beirut? What is one extremely positive experience you have had here in Lebanon that you would never forget?
Well, I love the food. That's the biggest positive. I love the people.
You do.
They are wonderful. They're welcoming. They're open. And I have to be honest, most Americans don't know a lot of geography, and they don't know where Lebanon is. And I always remind them it's between Syria and Israel. And so I always invite them to learn a little bit about Lebanon themselves.
Yeah. Between Syria and occupied Palestine, yes. Dineta, it was lovely to speak to you. Where can our audience find you virtually?
Well, they can follow me on A Night of Misfit Films on Instagram. They can contact me at A Night of Misfit Films at gmail.com. They can contact me at Full Figure Productions at gmail.com. I think that's about it.
It was lovely to speak to you. Welcome
the pleasure's
again.
Always mine. The pleasure's
lovely
always
to
mine.
always have you around with your amazing laugh.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for this interview. Looking forward.
Thank you.